eventually we're going to narrow in on exactly what happened and who did it.
Eventually being the key word. 1 month into the investigation of who stabbed 4 University of Idaho students to death in the middle of the night near campus, still no suspect, no arrests, and no murder weapon. Moscow police sharing a new video online saying the general public has no idea of the scope of this investigation and the number of people involved from multiple agencies across the region. Captain Roger Lanier reflecting on first hearing the news.
It took me a second. I really had to think about what I had just heard. 4 murders in Moscow, Idaho is so out of character.
It was quickly all hands on deck that Sunday afternoon, according to Lanier. The crime scene somber as friends and family started showing up, trying to figure out who was inside and what happened. The next day, we learned the identities of the 4 victims killed early that Sunday morning: Ethan Chapin, Xana Kernodle, Madison Mogan, and Kaylee Gonsalves.
It was also really, really hard on our officers, some of whom were very young, and that was the first real major crime scene that they had encountered. So emotionally, it was a very, very draining day.
Since then, few major updates released by police, citing the integrity of the investigation, fueling online rumors and speculation, which investigators say is complicating their efforts.
Yeah, that has been by far the most frustrating part of this. And the really unfortunate part of it is the effect that it's had on the victims' families, on the college students and friends of the victims, some of whom have had death threats, and constant harassment by various media outlets. So it's been devastating in some ways. In many ways, it just re-victimizes folks who have already suffered this terrible trauma.
The latest call to action: continued pleas for the public to submit tips regarding a white Hyundai Elantra that may have been near the crime scene at the time of the murders. Police maintain this was a targeted attack, but urge community members to remain vigilant and report anything out of the ordinary.